Good morning you guys, it's Karen and I thought I would come and review for you another of the Nina Ottosson interactive toys for dogs. So this is an enrichment game. This one is called the hide and slide. So I have already reviewed for you I think this is called a bone, and I also reviewed this one is called a brick game. And so I thought I would review this and kind of compare it to those two. This one is currently £17 on Amazon, which I think is really, really good. Like, some of these games that I've got can be super expensive, and £17 for this is really good. It's really well made, you know, it's not a flimsy game at all. And I can tell you that because I know with, he's never broken this one, but with this brick game, he normally will break these off. Like, they do reattach, but he's so rough, Watson, when he's playing games, that his kind of MO is to just be as rough as possible and pull it. So for example, if there's a treat under there, he'll try and pull this off, but he can't get it off, which is really good. So the way that this works is really quite genius. I love it. So each one is the same. It's got this little sliding thing here. It's got a little hole here, and then this little thing that you flip a lot over it and you push this into it. So you can put a treat in here. That's kind of a basic level, because then they would just need to slide that out of the way, flip that over, and there's a treat in there. So you can use that as a beginner's level. But you can also get a little treat. I use the, oh, do you know what? I'll put a picture on screen, or I'll link to them because I can't remember what they're called, but they're small little squares. I put one of those in there, and then what they'll probably do is smell it at the beginning. So if you put it like that, if you think there's a treat underneath there and then there's a treat in there, and they can smell it, but they won't be able to get it. They need to figure out how to get that one. So the only way that they can get it is by flicking this out of the way. They've got their treat out of there, and then they push this along, and the treat drops into the hole, and then they push it back again, and there's a treat in there. So I think that's pretty good, because like I said, there's an element of beginner on that they can push that open, but there's also that, well, I can smell it in there, and they'll probably find it out accidentally just by moving it along. And then, you know, it's taken Watson a few times. This is one that you can use quite a few times, and he's like, I want the one in there. He tries to put his tongue in, you know, and then he pushes it, and he's like, okay, and then he'll push it the other way and go, oh, it's in there. And I think he's now twigged that he needs to push it along and push it back, and he can get the extra treat from there. So yeah, I will show you Watson playing with that, but I think that that is really good value. So how does it compare to these two? I'm not sure. I think this one is an intermediate one, this hide and slide. Actually, they're all level 2, these. This one, the difficult one about the brick, as I said when I showed you before, the twizzling round I think is easy. They just need to sniff and keep twizzling it round, but it's getting these bricks off, and you can see that I've put a bit of string inside so that they can get it off. But I think that's the bit they need to think about on this. So it's probably about the same as this one. There's a different bit that they need to get hold of, that they need to get their mind around. They have to actually lift it out. Lifting out is something that's very difficult for dogs. On this one, I would say that, again, it's the same thing. They need to figure out the lifting out. Actually, you know what? Looking at that, this is kind of a combination of the bone game that I showed you and then the one that we're talking about today, because they have to lift this out, but there's also extra treats underneath here that they need to slide. So this one is probably, I would put them, this one is the easiest. This one is the second easiest, and this one is probably the hardest, because like I said, once they've lifted this off, there's extra treats underneath these that they have to slide. Oh, sorry about that, I'd forgotten shopping was arriving. Yeah, I was saying they do have to slide these bits, but the extra element, like I said earlier with this, is that they have to figure out how to get the treat from there to slide and slide back again. So yeah, I'll leave you with the footage of Watson playing with it, but I think this is a really good one. So you got that one by sliding it back and forward, but he will go for the easiest ones first, I think. He's trying to put his teeth around him and pull it. Yeah, clever boy. Okay, so I'm going to test out the theory and show him. So I put one in here, and he needs to slide it along there and slide it back again in order to get it. And try and get it with his mouth at first. And then remember he has to slide it back. There we go.